Welcome to another episode of Seaside Nomad. My name's Dave. It's mid-May. We're off the coast of New England in a lobster boat. We're about to drop 2 GoPros down in lobster traps, and we're going to see what we get to see. Spoiler alert, we don't actually see any lobsters on the GoPros today. We caught some lobsters, we didn't catch them on this GoPro. But still saw some stuff, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how we're fishing for lobsters. Lobster trap 1 has landed. These traps are in 30 feet of water, and the water temperature is 47 degrees. So these are 2 trap trawls, which means that there are 2 lobster traps. They're attached to each other with a rope, and then they're also attached to another rope that goes to the buoy. So 1 buoy and 2 traps. Lobster trap 2 has landed. It was actually pretty choppy and there were some good swells today, but the water clarity is actually pretty good for here in New England. Today's bait of choice is herring. You can use herring, you can use mackerel, pollock, pogies, all sorts of different bait fish to fish for lobsters. So this is going to be the main character today. We didn't get a lot of customers today in the lobster trap, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. The GoPros can last about an hour underwater, and the water's pretty cold, so it kind of drains them a little faster. And this is May, so the lobsters are out deep, and they start coming up into the water, the more shallow water, as it gets warmer. So May is typically not your best month for lobstering when you're doing kind of close to shore lobstering. But we get some crabs, and this particular type of crab is a rock crab. Rock crabs look very similar to Jonah crabs. The only difference that I can really see is their shell. Their carapace is a little more jagged and sharp, and they have a little bit bigger legs, and the shape of their carapace is not as domed. So like the shell on the top is not as high domed, and it seems a little bit more flat. And it also has a little bit of a different shape on the shell. Instead of being a little bit more oval, this has a little bit more of a sharper angle on the lower part of the carapace there. So, hard to tell, especially when these rock crabs get big, and Jonah crabs actually get bigger, but when they're both big, it's kind of hard to tell at first glance. This particular crab, this rock crab, has lost an arm, so they actually can regrow these arms, and they can function pretty well. I mean, I've seen crabs that were in the trap eating from the bait bag that had 0 arms. As you can see, their legs are almost like arms. They're in the net, they're anchoring them down, and as long as they can kind of get their face near the food, they can feed, you know? So these crabs, these lobsters, when they lose their limbs, when they lose their antennae or their claws, they can regrow them, which is just an amazing thing to think about. One thing I really like about these videos is that you get to watch the lobster trap as if it's an aquarium. So let's sit back, let's watch, put some music on, and see this one-armed crab as it tries its best to eat all that herring. So I wish I had more to show you today, guys, but this is actually kind of a realistic look of what you'd be looking at if you were lobster fishing in May. It's cold water, it's early season, the lobsters have not all come in from the deep yet, and it's, kind of hit or miss, especially when they have two GoPros that only last about an hour. So we did catch lobsters today, but they were in other traps that had been sitting much longer than an hour, so I'll show you them when we finish, but right now we're watching this rock crab go on the ride of its life. We're pulling up the traps. A rock crab is going to have a heck of a story to tell its friends. We did release it at the end, but yeah, it's going on a ride, and we're pulling it up. We pull these traps up by hand. We have a davit, which is kind of like a pulley system, off of my dad's lobster boat. It's my parents' lobster boat. They just let me go out there and put the GoPros in them, so I'm very happy, and thanks Mom and Dad for letting me do that. It's so cool. They've been doing it for a long time, and I just have grown up with it, so it's kind of fun. I like showing other people these GoPro and a lobster trap videos, and I think you guys like them too. They're some of my highest watch videos, so I'm gonna keep doing them. Maybe I'll be able to do one every month this summer, maybe multiple. We'll see. As we get into June, July, August, the water will warm up. That'll bring the lobsters in, and hopefully we'll see a bunch more in lobster traps in future videos. And here's the other trap to the trawl. This was trap number 1, and trap number 1 got no love. But there's always next time, right? And these are some of the keeper lobsters that were caught in the traps that had been sitting out there a lot longer. So that's it for this one, guys. Like it if you liked it, hit subscribe. There'll be more lobster trap videos with GoPros in them to come, and I will catch you later.